when we talk about integration of refugees, what usually comes to people's mind will be legal integration and, of course, labor market integration, which is also called economic integration of refugees. These two aspects are very important, but there is also an equally important aspect, which is socio-cultural integration. And this aspect of integration is really less explored or underexplored by a lot of countries, and is also not that well known as other aspects of integration. It's very important because it helps refugees and their host communities to get to know about each other's culture and find a way to accept each other and build a new community together. The unity and diversity as a foundation, we've understood the fact that this is an important aspect of integration, and all our projects so far have been geared towards this aspect of integration.
I remember when I was going through my asylum procedure, I couldn't stay at the camp for a long period of time. Ter Apel is a bit too depressing. So I found this house on Airbnb in Naarden, where I live now. And I rented a room for 5 days. And I remember the night that I was supposed to go there, I get a WhatsApp, "Hey, would you like to have dinner with us? Is there anything that you don't like eating?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I would love to have dinner with you." And then I go, and there was this beautiful family, one woman and her 3 sons. And I went there, and it's like I belong there. It's like we've known each other a long time ago. And then the second day she said, "Hey, you're looking for a place to stay, right?" It's like, "Yeah." And she said, "I'm redoing the top floor of the house and you can stay." So I went back to Ter Apel, and when I was done with my procedures, I went back there, and that was March 2013, 14, and I haven't left since. I found myself another mom who loves me more than life itself. She doesn't have a daughter, but now she has me. I have no brothers, and all of a sudden I had 3 brothers who are as annoying
As brothers can be.
as real brothers, but who also love me a lot and are super protective. And I just find it super nice. And I have my oldest brother has a partner, and now she's pregnant, and I'm gonna be an aunt. So it's super nice to see how, I'm just part of the family. I have an oma, an opa, and I just have a very big family in the Netherlands.
But I want to tell something about Navi, because Navi told you that it's important for him to meet new people. Navi doesn't need a project like this to meet new people, because before we even started with Welkom Gegeten, he knew most of the people in Tilburg. He has so many friends, you can't imagine.
Yeah.
But it's something from him. It's his character. Maybe he didn't have education, he can't read or write, his Dutch or English is not very good, but his social skills, everybody can learn from it. Even though he doesn't speak Dutch, he can do everything he wants. Yeah. Yeah, but still he
Yeah, maybe I will track in English in Netherlands. Maybe no, one of them is okay.
Yeah, as this party help, we know new people now, a lot of friends we have, new family we have, so
they are like our second family.
Yeah, wedding party was like a start, life for us here in Netherlands, so we know new people, we make new friends, new family, like that, and still now we have a lot of friends, keep in touch still now. They need help, we need help, so give and back.
We help each other.
That is the point, the thing that some people would like to have, the feeling that they have a real family here in Holland. And even if you have contact with your neighbors and you say hi every day, or you eat with each other every 2 weeks, I don't know. I think that's the point. really missing the family, the mother, the father, the brother, the sister, the girlfriend. And that's something you really can't replace so easily.
That's true.
Yeah, I think it's perhaps part of us, Dutch people, and also a big part of them.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you can wait until your neighbors come, and you can also say van, hey, hello, I'm Mimo, I'm your neighbor, you know.
There are challenges to it. You know, there are quite a number of challenges, and our research unearthed about three main challenges that we discovered, especially in the Netherlands, of course. One of them is lack of contact. So refugees are unable to have enough contact with their host communities, and also the people, like the Dutch people and other people living in the Dutch society, don't have as much contact with refugees as they should, to be able to encourage getting to know each other's culture. And when you're unable to have contact, then it kind of makes it difficult to encourage sociocultural integration. Then there is also the problem of fear. And we discovered that this fear is not only on the side of the host communities, because of course a lot of people are scared about terrorism and other types of violence, and this is the kind of thing that is being spread in the media about what refugees are doing wrong and all of that. So people kind of fear having refugees amongst them. But also on the other side, the refugees are scared of having of being accepted, or they have this fear that maybe their host communities would not accept them, because of course these other ones are thinking about the fact that wherever you see refugees, then there will be trouble. So the fear is kind of mutual a bit.
It's very double-sided, because for me sometimes when I'm on the phone and I'm speaking in Arabic, it also scares me sometimes. I look around, because you hear about all those things happening on airplanes, like on EasyJet when somebody just got kicked off the flight for speaking Arabic, and then the woman next to him didn't feel safe. Or a friend of mine has a friend who was also on an airplane, and the woman thought that he's from Somalia, and she said that she doesn't feel safe, and she asked the flight attendant to kick him off the plane. So those things are really happening, and this gives us fear. Like when I'm on the airplane, I'm trying not to speak Arabic, I'm trying not to say any word. So people don't realize that we're also scared of them. We're scared of how they will accept us, how they will treat us. Because you are the outsider here. You're the one who can be kicked out of the country. You're the one who's in constant fear. You're the one who maybe have family back home. I have a lot of family back home. So you're living in constant fear. We don't think that that's what people don't really get. We are scared. We're scared for our future. We're scared that we're going to be deported any minute. We're scared that something bad will happen to our family. You don't choose to be a refugee. You just become a refugee.
To eat together with Dutch people and with refugees, but I needed a kitchen. So he invited me to this place, and he said, look, I have a kitchen here and place for people to eat. So then we started to talk more about how can we do it, how can we organize this. And then we started with welkom gegeten. Gegeten, it means eating. So
have eaten. Yeah.
You know, the beautiful thing in Dutch, you say welkom heten. It means to welcome someone, or welkom geheten. It means we wished you a warm welcome, something like that. Okay. But eten, gegeten, it's eating. Okay. So we try to play with the words. Yeah, with the Dutch language, and we call it welkom gegeten now.
The name of the foundation is Unity in Diversity, and it just means that we all have diverse cultures. We come from different regions of the world, but even though we are diverse, we have certain similarities that unite us. So this is a foundation that tries to help refugees to integrate, and we prefer to call refugees newcomers. So we try to get them to meet and know people living in the Dutch society, those who are Dutch, and some of us who are from different countries. Okay. So this is all what we're doing because we know that it's important to help people to integrate with one another in terms of social cultural integration and not just about economic integration.
So what we do is telling the refugees who are joining us in order to send us a WhatsApp with a question. And for example, I got a text from someone asking like, hey, I need to meet my neighbor, should I bring food? And then I was like, well, I don't think you have to bring like food for dinner. Maybe you can bring some cake or a cookie, and probably they would like that, but not a full meal because that's not what we do. And then just shake their hand and tell them your name. And he was like, okay, so now I know that. And then it's just a WhatsApp, it's fine, easy, and in this way I think they can just ask us what we want. And this is the way I think we deal with this kind of problem and thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to respond on the question that you had as well, with understanding and listening to people, but also to sharing values. So, for example, what we do in our program is that we do not call our students refugees anymore. We call them guests, we call them students, we call them friends. Because by naming these people refugees, you create this barrier. By naming these people your friends, by creating an educational purpose for them, by learning together, you are one, you are students, you are human. So what we try to do in our organization is learn from each other. I may teach them Dutch and English, but they teach me so much more about family, about friendship, about life. And I think it's important that we acknowledge the fact that we can all learn from each other and that we do not have to impose our values and our Dutch culture on each other, but that we should make a new one together. And that I think, is one of the most important things to integration, is to share.
So my advice to Kuwa to make the stuff or the procedures easier for the refugees, put him in society, put him in work, let him learn Dutch, let him communicate with neighborhood.
And connect with the refugees more.
Contact with refugees more. I was in a camp for 1 year and I didn't learn language. I didn't do anything in a camp for the Kuwa. If I don't know Sarah, I will not do anything. If I don't know Sarah, I don't have any friends now. So why not Kuwa do that? Why another organization do that?
I always say that you will never be emotionally involved in a crisis, no matter how horrible it is, until you give it a face. So basically, for the last 3 years that I've been living here in the Netherlands, my cause was giving a face to the Syrian crisis, whether it's my face or the faces of the friends that I always talk about. But as long as you give it a face, people will see it from a different perspective.
I work in education, so for me, education is the key. The more people learn about people's stories, the more they can actually empathize and understand with people. But the problem is that sometimes when the headlines are dominated by these huge numbers and not actual personal stories, then you have very different reactions. But the thing is, you could have someone that might be very hostile to all these huge numbers coming in, but then actually if they were to meet people on the ground, they would say, well, okay, no, these are normal people. I'm not speaking about them, I'm talking about the vast hordes.
I do think that the main goal really is to raise more awareness within the public. And as we said before, we do think that is best done through showing the public what's happening and showing them the stories of the people behind the label refugee.
Time is very important to people. So if you put refugees in camp and don't communicate with Dutch people for 1 year, you have a problem in the end. You have 400 people. They don't speak Dutch, they don't speak English. So when they get out from the camp, they don't know anything. How they will live inside the house, how they buy stuff, how they... So like kind of stuff like that, it's very problem for the people.
So it's very important for me to know how to approach a person. After 1 year and 2 months in Netherlands, now I know a lot, but of course not because someone taught me, because I have been doing the initiative of going out and establish some work, and of course with some projects. For example, the project of humanity was very beneficial for us, because they made a project called Body Project. They assigned a Dutch person, or at least a student within the university. It was very, very important for us. This person have taught us a lot. He was telling us how to act, how to establish friendship, as I told you, how to approach a person, and he was telling us a bit about the culture in the community and even in Netherlands, so it was very beneficial for us. But as I mentioned in the video, when you came to a place where you don't know anyone, the first step to start over your life is to establish contacts and of course friendships. But this thing will never be able to be done without, of course, like cultural lessons, without lingual lessons. So it's very important knowing the language and knowing the culture of the country, so you can blend in and be very productive within the society.
But I just like the fact that people here are organized, they're strict, sometimes too strict. I'm not as strict, but it's something that I learned myself, how to be more organized, how to know exactly my self-worth and go for the things that I want. Everybody says that Dutch people are really cold and really rude. And maybe if they won't help you if you don't ask them to, but I know that if you ask them for help, they will make sure and they'll do everything they can to help you and give you a hand. But you have to ask.
And so if you're watching this video today, we're encouraging you to get out there, find out what you can do. If you have refugees living in your community, find out what you can do. Maybe your ideas can go a long way also to help the government, help the UNHCR, help the IOM, help refugees themselves, and even help people from the community that you find yourself in, to encourage socio-cultural integration of refugees.